Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Sierra, and I actually am gonna change it up a little bit. I'm obsessed with the show Grey's Anatomy. It's really not like anything else I react to, but season 14 has been a wild ride so far, and it just came back off of its mid-season break, and I kind of want to react to it. So, without further ado, this is Grey's Anatomy, Season 14, Episode 9, and the episode is entitled 1-800-799-7233. And if you enjoy this reaction, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe. So just to do a little recap of everything that happened at the end of the first part of season 14, Maggie has started using Tinder, and there was a guy that showed up to the intern like little thing that they had, and she like hid from him. And also she really likes Jackson, but they were sitting around and Catherine was like, man, I always talk to my brother too. And it's funny that I never had that feeling that Maggie and Jackson were stepbrother and sister, you know? And I mean, of course, and that's because Richard really didn't raise her, you know what I mean? But it was still, I really do ship Jackson and Kepner. Do not attack me in the comments about that. But I kind of was excited to see what would happen between Maggie and Jackson, but as soon as Catherine said that, I was like, oh God, they are kind of stepbrother and sister, so maybe it's not going to happen. I kind of have a feeling it's still going to happen, but it was just, that just blew my mind. Jo is up for, or now is chief resident. She is basically running the interns right now, which I thought was really cool. And she also, a couple episodes back, there was a judge. A patient was a judge. He unfortunately passed away, but she had some kind of conversation with him, and she came out of that conversation with the confidence to file for divorce from her husband, which means there's going to be a line of communication, and he's going to know where she is, and that could potentially put her in danger. At the end of the mid-season finale, he showed up at the hospital, and I was like, oh crap. But I mean, Alex is there, and I'm not tripping. Alex will not let anything happen to her. And she's a really strong woman too. So I'm really hoping that works out okay. DeLuca and this intern, Dr. Bello, have been hooking up like crazy, and she's kind of weird too. I see that she's like the goofy, the comedy relief of the new bunch of interns, but I'm not feeling her, and she's distracting DeLuca. DeLuca's sister is kind of in a little hookup triangle with Arizona and Owen, which is really strange, and I'm still not even sure who she's talking to right now. I really do think that she's leaning more towards Arizona though. And I was actually really shocked at how cool Amelia and Owen are now, you know? So I was hoping that after Amelia got her tumor removed, that she would fall back into love, a good, gracious love with Owen, but unfortunately that didn't work out either. Bailey is really mad at Warren because he is starting a medic training program. I don't know, when we first met him, I think he was like an anesthesiologist seasons and seasons back, but she's just not feeling it because he kind of gets complacent and decides to take on a whole new huge venture, and he just needs to stick to one thing, you know what I mean, and become successful in that. And of course, I mean, being his wife, she's concerned for his safety, like being a medic, but I guess with that situation with Stephanie, he really got an adrenaline rush, and that's what he wants to do now. But Bailey is pissed at Warren right now. You know, the Harper Averys, whatever, it's like a medical, it's not even really a competition. You know what I mean? It's almost like they just reward really hard work, very unique approaches, doctors, surgeons taking risks. And Meredith got a Harper Avery, and suddenly Jackson approaches Bailey like, hey, I'm gonna give you $500,000, and I want you to set up a competition, and I don't want you to put my name on it because I want to compete in the competition. And it's true, because Jackson is an Avery, you know, even though he's a great surgeon, he can't participate because his name is on it, you know, and they'll think that that's cheating. So I definitely hear where he's coming from. But it's funny because Dr. Weber and Bailey both want to participate too. So somehow Bailey convinced Dr. Weber to be like the runner of the competition. So hackers have taken over the hospital. As soon as this competition was announced, tons and tons of doctors have started reaching out to Gray Sloan, and I guess a hacker heard about the competition and they have taken over the system of Gray Sloan. I guess after that fire at the end of last season where Stephanie set that dude on fire or whatever, only a certain amount of computers were repaired, and the computers that weren't repaired or the new computers are not under like the same security as the other ones. All of a sudden, tons of machines, the monitors start flatlining. So they're in the ER and they think a whole bunch of people have randomly stopped, like their hearts have stopped and stuff, but everything gets shut down and they come up on the screen saying, hey, we've got all your medical files. They've changed the locks. They can't even get to the blood bank. They can't access medical files. They can't do anything that has to do with technology. But they basically were like, hey, we've got all your medical records, we've got everything, and we're running the hospital now. If you don't give us 4,932 Bitcoins, we're gonna destroy all your records, all your medical histories, all your files and stuff. So the FBI shows up out of nowhere and Bailey's like, yo, we gotta pay them. $4,932, I can do that. And I didn't know, I've heard Bitcoin. Everybody's heard of Bitcoin. I had no idea what it was. But they said that that's virtual money, and that is the equivalent to $20 million, which is insane. So Bailey asked Jackson, hey, we need to get these people off our back. We need to gain control of the hospital. So do you think that you could loan us $20 million and we'll get it back to you, but we need to get back control of our hospital? And he's like, yeah, just let me know, hit me up with the text and the money is yours. And the tech guy, which I'm super sketched out about, his name's like Ruggle or something. No, the FBI dudes are like, you absolutely cannot pay that money, because if you do, other hackers are going to start attacking hospitals all over the country, and you're going to be putting thousands of other people in danger. If they know that they can do it here at a hospital as big as Gray Sloan, they're going to do it all over the country. So they're telling Bailey not to pay this money, but like, I'm kind of fuzzy. Something crazy happens and she's like, screw it, we're paying the money. And at the same time, Maggie and Jackson are airlifting one of their patients that needs to be hooked up to computers to another hospital. And something jars and breaks loose, and there's a tube and there's blood flying and splatting all over the place. And they're like trying to hold pressure on it or whatever and grab the hose, and Jackson's blood-covered cell phone is beeping and blinking because it's Dr. Bailey, Chief Bailey, hitting him up to get this money. So I have no idea what's about to happen, but I cannot wait to get into it, so let's do it.
Goes to hell.
Hi, I'm so happy that you're okay. This is Jenny. She is my fiancée.
Hi.
But hard to plan a wedding when legally you're still married. So, we were so relieved when my lawyer received your papers.
So so he did get the papers, but he's ready for a divorce too. I was gonna say that's a coincidence that he all of a sudden shows up exactly where she is, and it's also insane that
so much better.
they released to him where she was.
Is there someplace quiet we can talk?
No.
Sign those papers. Catch up. Oh, we can talk later. I'll find you.
Oh, you're a creep. Oh yeah, he's scary.
Estimate 2 units every 10 minutes. That gives us about an hour till I'm empty.
Why is it so hot in here?
Air conditioner
Can you
stop.
ask?
They have run the thermostats up to 90.
They turn the heat on.
Can hack into the thermostats?
Oh, yeah, easily.
What? Why? Why would they do that?
Well, like the cardiac monitors
Yeah,
and
he's
your
part of it,
power
man.
on and off, they just want to show you that they have control. Literally.
Zach.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
They came back.
Did you stop?
No, there was some turbulence and the tube that was pumping his blood came loose, but we're gonna take care of him.
It's okay. I'm so sorry. I texted, it didn't go through, and then...
And then what?
Nothing. I can wait.
Tell him.
We could all get dizzy and dehydrated and succumb to heat stroke, damage our brains, kidneys, other internal organs. We could all die today.
Would you excuse me for a second?
Yeah.
We all heard the two of you through the walls. Step up.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
Schmidt, quiet.
Thanks for calling me Schmidt. Because sometimes you call me Glasses.
You about to pass out.
Somebody get him a basin. The blood loss is making him nauseous.
Oh, no, I'm busy. I got it. Whoa.
Hey, Schmidt, sit down.
Whoa. Oh, where's that basin?
Oh!
Damn it.
If they can't get into the blood bank doors to call the police for some sort of battering ram.
Right.
They're
get
still
an
locked.
axe.
Did they even try to override its security system?
Your background is cybersecurity.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, if you have any ideas, they're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. On it.
Being doused in blood was about the only thing from that movie that didn't happen to me in high school.
Really?
Oh, I was brainy and awkward and 4 years younger than everyone else.
They really
But
are
who didn't
getting
have
to
a
know
rough
each
time in high
other.
school?
And they're such opposites.
These are not the things that a brilliant intern does. I was top of my class. Because I haven't slept. Because you penetrate me every 5 minutes.
Shut up.
Put this on me.
It's crazy that in the midst of all this, all I can think about is Joe's husband. Yeah, you know who he is, Perez.
What are you doing here?
Hi. Paul Stadler, Orlando Medical.
Yeah, I know who you are. I need you to find Dr. Wilson and bring her here.
You want me to call her?
No, I want you to find her and bring her here. And don't leave her side.
Why?
Just do it.
God.
He couldn't have picked a better time to come and visit. He's a world-class surgeon, and we're in a bit of a quagmire. Why not?
Whatever he said to you, it isn't true. You can't trust him. He lies.
I'm guessing he's still a good surgeon, though, even though he's evil.
I'm Meredith Grey. What did you say your name was?
Paul Stadler.
Paul Stadler.
Honor to meet you, Dr. Gray.
That's Perev's homie, so she knows who that is. She knows the deal.
I know who you are. I'm friends with Joe Wilson.
Thank you so much.
Warriors.
I really want to hug you.
Totally understand. So Joe Wilson. She said some things about me. Can only imagine. Was she drunk when she told you? But she vanished with a lot of my money. I mean, if she's got it figured out, then that's all that matters. If she's happy, I'm happy too. Clam.
She disappeared with a lot of your money?
Finally. Dr. Krebs said I had to find you and bring you to him, and I'm not allowed to leave you alone.
Alright, well, there's a lot of time. It wastes time until you're face to face to there's electricity. We have blood.
Ha
Joe's ex is here.
I know. I just operated with him.
What? He's a psychopath.
Yeah, he had a lot to say about her.
Like what?
It's not true. It's not true. He takes the truth, but he twists it and changes it to fit his own story.
You were Joe Wilson. I know exactly who you are.
I'm not gonna be able to see. There's too much blood.
We gotta control the bleeding.
I still can't see.
Okay, hang on. All right, look for the light. You see it?
I see it. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yep, okay.
She just took a flashlight in this dude's throat.
Sandstorm.
Alex, we've got this. She is not going to be alone with him.
Parker, I was told you used a defibrillator to fry the keypad on the blood bank.
People needed blood.
Hey, I don't want excuses. I want to know what else you can do.
What's happening?
And so I called down and somebody should be up any minute.
We gotta get back to the hospital. I mean, I don't have my phone. I don't know if that was happening.
Well, if you're gonna walk around this hospital in your towel, you can be my guest.
So,
they really are attracted to each other.
Yeah, the divorce papers?
If you wouldn't mind, Dr. Gray, I'd like to have a moment alone with
Actually, I do mind. I'm gonna stay here.
I'm really happy for you, Joe. I hope this brings you some real peace. You deserve it. We both do.
You don't deserve anything good. You're a monster.